Screen?
Yeah, because he's not really looking. He's like looking right ahead of him, so he's not really looking at the camera.
Hello. New year, new me. New us. We're back. We're
We
here.
are
We've made it. It's
welcome.
2026. We're still
Maybe we should
alive.
like. I was thinking maybe we should actually introduce the podcast instead of just like starting and assuming. Hello, welcome to Pass the Popcorn.
This is a podcast.
It is a podcast. It's actually just like conversation more than any.
That's like most podcasts, though.
That's true.
This is a podcast.
This is
Welcome.
a podcast.
We talk about
These are our faces
things.
if you're watching us.
If you're watching a video, if you're not, these are our voices. Hello.
Or are they? We watch movies, we talk about the movies we watched, and this week we watched So Undercover,
So Undercover. Starring Miley Cyrus.
directed by Tom Vaughan, and yes, starring Miley Cyrus, Jeremy Piven, Mike O'Malley, Josh Bowman, Kelly Osbourne, and Megan Park from 2012. Also, is I feel like a fundamental thing that needs to be remembered about this movie.
Oh yeah, Miley Cyrus was in her like I'm not the Disney Channel anymore era.
Yeah, I think it's just the beginning, like the soft launch of her not being a Disney Channel star anymore. I hated this movie.
I actually enjoyed it way more than I expected to, in a kind of like, this is ridiculous and I'm never watching it again kind of way.
I didn't watch it when it came out back in 2012. Probably would have been like, believe like just above target audience. Although to be honest, the entire time I couldn't figure out what the target audience
Right.
was.
It feels like a teen movie, but then it's like, hang on,
Your balls are amazing.
your balls are amazing, someone's getting chained to a radiator.
Here are some condoms.
It starts with a threesome. I even wrote it down somewhere. I have no idea who the target audience for this movie is.
No, same. I also have a note somewhere because it's like the conversations, the jokes are straight out of Disney Channel. And then also Miley Cyrus is in her underwear at one point. I do also have a comment about that. And I just hate how Hollywood just like waits until teenagers are adults. Like they cross the 18-year-old threshold and then it's like, take their clothes off. And it's like, stop. They are children. Like they did that with Kiernan Shipka in Adventures of Sabrina. Like literally the moment she turned like 18 or 19, she had like a scene where she was naked in a bathtub and it was like, stop. Yeah, this movie has not aged well. I gotta say, this movie just reminded me why in the noughties and like early 2010s, teenage girls hated each other because this is what we were brought up with. This is what we were taught. And I hated it. Like you said, there's some bits that are amusing, but also like watching it in 2026 now, I guess, it's so bad. It's awful.
It's pretty bad. It's not a good movie. It's not. Do you want to give us a summary?
This movie is basically if somebody watched Miss Congeniality and Mean Girls and said, let's do a shit version of this and throw in some House Bunny and maybe like a teensy bit of Pitch Perfect. Miley Cyrus needs to go undercover, find out some information, save this girl. That's the synopsis, and then stuff happens, and I guess we're gonna talk about the stuff.
So to set the scene, we've got some proper spy music.
Oh yeah, and
Spy
we
music.
open up in Dallas, Texas.
Family spy montage.
Family spy montage. Miley Cyrus works with her dad. She's a PI. She's taking photos of this man who is going in a hotel with a young lady who is clearly not his wife.
It's another case of like someone investigating something in a movie who has clearly never used a camera before. The way that she's just waving it around. It's like, Amber, is that you?
There are a couple scenes as well later on where she's just with this massive ass camera taking photos of people and just not being discreet at all.
Like, so unsubtle.
How
it's like
anybody
gigantic cat with the longest lens in the world.
How is she getting any worthwhile shots with like a telescopic lens when people are 2 meters away from her?
He got like the one pimple on his cheek and like a leaf behind him, and that's the photo. The photography content was disappointingly inaccurate.
Yeah. I mean, it barely comes up, but it still managed to be disappointing.
It comes up often enough to annoy me. This is the question, right? Because it's in every fucking movie where some like young girl kind of character is trying to use a fucking camera to get evidence, and it's like, you know how to use a camera, right? You live in the world. All you have to do is do that while you're being filmed. It's not hard.
I have to say, A lot of these people act like they've never been outside before. So I'm honestly not sure that this girl has been in the world.
Surely there's at least one person on set who can look at her and be like, that is not how you use a camera.
Admittedly, there's a lot of things in this movie where I'm just like,
No.
somebody
No.
had to know better.
Right. Like, there was nobody on set.
No.
No one in the room.
The set consisted of a bunch of people who just had never been outside ever in their life before, and this is what came out. Miley Cyrus follows this guy and his mistress, I'm assuming, into a hotel. She gets on with them in the elevator. Yes, expose yourself to the people you are spying on. That's always
Be as
worked.
unsubtle as you can, but she does this so many times.
She does. She's
So
so
many times
bad
I'm like,
at it.
shut up.
She is so bad. I have so many
worst
notes.
spy
It's
in
just
the
like,
world.
she's awful at her job.
The worst fucking spy. Yeah.
So yeah, they're on the elevator that has like this massive painting of a horse in the background. There's also this elevator music, and she's just like, oh, this is my jam. And I was just like, stop forcing people to interact with you. Stop.
Extroverts be like.
Extroverts need to be stopped. They get off the elevator. What I don't understand, right, is that if you're doing a PI job, surely it is enough to just snap a picture of the man and the woman going into the hotel room together. Is that not enough proof? Because, like, honestly, I'm not... If I see this, I'm not really asking questions. I'm like, oh, okay, my husband is cheating on me with this young woman. But no, she has to go into another room to sneak in, with probably the world's most offensive accent.
I don't know what that was supposed to be. I mean, even the dad in the movie was like, what accent was that?
Yeah,
and everyone watching was like...
She said Scottish with a bit of Salma Hayek, I believe, and it's like...
It was not... I don't know.
It was...
No.
It wouldn't have been done in 2025, 2026. It's been 3 days, guys.
3 days. My next note after what accent is that is girl no.
Is it when she's jumping from a balcony?
Probably.
Because I was like, I get being a private investigator, but this is insane. This is absurd. You don't get paid enough to jump from one balcony to another on a 20-story building.
The mystery to me, because from the beginning, with the super spy music and the super unsubtle, look, I'm a spy kind of acting, I was like, oh, they must be proper undercover agents, right?
Yeah.
Because she's breaking and entering and doing acrobatics on a building. And then it turns out they're just PIs, and I'm like,
yeah, they
okay,
just like
all right, then.
take photos of people cheating.
All right, I mean, respect the hustle, I guess. I'm not saying I wouldn't do something as stupid as jumping from one part of a building to another.
It depends how much I'd get paid, to be honest. Because
I'd do it just for fun to see if I could, but
not on the 22nd floors or wherever they're at. Like, for fun, 3rd floor tops.
No, I think I'm genuinely that stupid, but we'll never know.
Plot twist, this guy is actually cheating on his wife with 2 women.
It's a menage a gross.
I hated that.
I know. This is another one of those things where it's like, who is the target audience for this movie? Say it's a threesome, or act like a teenager.
Just the actual concept of a threesome in a children's movie is not a thing. So then to have her be like a menage a gross, and it's like, don't yuck their yum.
Right.
The guy starts chasing after her because he wants the photos. She flees to the roof, which has got to be the stupidest thing that anyone could ever do. Like, she's on the call with her dad, and she's like, where do I go? I don't know, jump. You did it before. What do you want me to tell you? Maybe if you'd gone downstairs, where the exit is, rather than upstairs.
And then there's some weird thing where she throws the camera and then doesn't.
Yeah. That was low-key a slick move, to be honest. Then she smacks him with a whip. He had a whip because he's super kinky. She smacks him with it because he called her a paparazzi.
Which is pretty rude.
It is so rude. She's not a paparazzi.
Not a paparazzi.
And Miley Cyrus rides off into the sunset on a motorcycle because she is not like other girls. She is cool.
She's very cool. And then we get another annoyingly long opening credits scene. I'm glad we left those in the past.
Her next sting operation takes her to Rusty's Double Kicker Diner, where some guy's all but assaulting a waitress. She's apparently into it. And they are about to walk up and leave and go together, which, aren't you working? This random guy just walks up to her, starts talking to her, and then goes and rats her out.
He works for the FBI.
They need her help exposing the Georgian mafia.
The Georgian mafia.
Everyone knows that the Georgian mafia is the worst of the mafias.
And that it's definitely appropriate for a teenage girl to be drafted by the FBI to fight the Georgian mafia.
Yes, that's how the FBI operates. I mean, we've seen Criminal Minds so many times.
Absolutely.
We know that is what they do. Women are beefy and mustached in the FBI. They need Miley Cyrus's help to infiltrate a sorority house.
Of all the places to infiltrate.
You're telling me you don't have a single agent that could do this? The disrespect to Jennifer Giroux, calling all female FBI agents beefy and mustached.
I know. The sexism in this movie, though. I mean,
It's so bad.
it's very 2012.
It's so 2012. When she's like, oh, I do jujitsu, and he's like, oh, I do Aikido, and he's like, oh, that's for fat housewives. I do not miss the 2010s misogyny.
No.
This is why girls grew up hating other girls. My next note is, after watching Criminal Minds, the amount of times I do not think this is how the FBI operates.
No, I was really like, why would the FBI? It's one of those things that's just a little bit too, like, really?
Maybe I'd have bought it back in 2012. Actually, no, 2012. I was 7 seasons deep into Criminal Minds, so even then I wouldn't have bought it. You'd have had to catch me, like, pre-2006, I want to say. 2005, I could maybe still have believed it.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but in 2012, the FBI did approach me, and I was an undercover agent.
Did you infiltrate a sorority?
Well, I'm still an English teacher, so you figure that out.
You're actually just like a sleeper cell. At first she refused.
No, thank you.
She gets home. Her dad isn't there because her dad, we find out, has a gambling problem. He comes home and has lost $17,000 on
a lot of dollars.
Horse racing.
I have very strong opinions about gambling as an industry. Like, it's predatory, but that's not what this podcast is about. It's about Miley Cyrus.
This podcast is absolutely about Miley Cyrus.
The smart PI girl spots obvious gambling evidence.
Yes.
Because she comes in and, like, reads him for Phil. And he was just like, how did you know?
Right. For a dad who's supposed to have raised this super spy child, he's really a bit of a doofus. Because he's like, how did you guess? Are you supposed to have made her into this detective? Because her dad has lost $17,000, she decides to take on the job. She meets up with FBI guy, and they go into a makeover hangar.
Proper miscongeniality scene. It's in 2 movies, so it's gotta be real.
That's how the FBI operates. And we are introduced with the makeover girl, who's Busy. Her name is Busy.
Her name is Busy.
I did note that Busy allegedly works out of the New York office, but she can't infiltrate. She's perfect for the role.
Yeah, why can't she do it?
Why can't she do it?
I don't know.
Busy is the most obnoxious and 2010s cliche of a young adult. I could not stand her.
No, she's dreadful. The only person I liked less was the hairdresser.
Yes, I quoted thebomb.com. My note after this was the Mayans should have wiped us out.
God.
2012 jokes. And then we're also introduced to the sorority girl hierarchy, which again, I'm just like, the FBI has...
That's what they do with their time.
Do we not have enough crime?
That's what the American tax dollars go on. Didn't you know?
Some quotes. First of all, okay, Gaddafi with highlights. Actually hilarious. However, if binging and purging were a crime, she'd be on death row.
I love that.
Mocking dictators? Yes, absolutely. Mocking eating disorders? No.
No, thank you.
We're introduced to Sasha, Cotton, Taylor, and Hunter. And then we're told they were conceived while their parents were having sex in an outlet store. And I was like... I'm sorry, what?
Information that we needed.
Why do we know this? Why?
That just went right over my head, and I was just like, huh, maybe it just didn't age well. I don't know.
This scene I very much hated because you know that trend in the noughties and 2010s where it was like, you're either the girliest girl to have ever girlied, or you've never even looked at a hairbrush. Miley Cyrus, who wears skinny jeans and combat boots and drives a motorcycle, it's inconceivable that she would wear, lipstick. How dare we believe that a woman can have multitudes and facets and a personality of her own. I also noted, why are we giving her condoms?
I did wonder about that as well. It's another one of those moments where the movie was just trying to make itself edgy. This isn't a Disney movie, it's got sex references in it.
Yeah, but none of them made any sense or brought anything to the movie. We're making her over, we're doing her hair, giving her makeup, putting her in different clothes, giving her hair rollers. And we are also giving Miley Cyrus a car that all the girls want. To which she says, I'm not like most girls. Which made me want to die. You're edgy. You're unique. You are, what's her name in that My Immortal Harry Potter fanfiction? Ebony, Darkness, Raven, Dementia or something?
True.
Black?
Raven, Wolf or something. Ah, fuck knows, I don't remember. But it's also just a Volkswagen. I mean, sure, you're gonna give me a free car, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
But if you want like a fancy fucking car.
She's also given a new identity. She is Brooke Stone? Field or something like that.
Stone something.
Garden,
Stone.
And we get the grand reveal. And of course she has a trip in her heels because, you know, she's not like other girls. She's too unique. And the guy calls it a fashion miracle. And I was like, just chill. Like, you gave her extensions and put her in a dress. Like,
No, the hairdresser pissed me off.
He was so bad. He was kind of giving Adam Lambert in 2012, but maybe that's just me.
It's the hair.
So we get this whole scene of her learning to say, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Is your Instagram clip.
I fear this will be my new vocal stem and I will start saying it.
Oh my god.
Miley Cyrus arrives at her sorority house. She just parks the car in the middle of the street, top down. The mere concept of that gives me anxiety.
It does. You see it sometimes around here, and every time I see it, I'm like, I want to throw trash in it. I'm like, should we get in the car? Shall we take pictures? You know, my first thought was also like, that car's getting stolen.
Yeah, but apparently it doesn't, so...
It doesn't.
We are introduced to the first of the sorority sisters, Cotton, and her boyfriend, Cameron, who I think we need to do like this asshole boyfriend contender competition. Because this guy really rivals Christian from Midsommar.
Choosing your sorority sisters over my father? It's the first thing I wrote down.
And then, I'm already late. I still have to shave my chest and meditate. Miley Cyrus, being allegedly the girl's girl that she's not, stands up to Cameron. Cotton doesn't appreciate. She storms off in a huff. Then Miley Cyrus walks into this sorority building and then immediately gets dragged into the chapter room. We later find out it is. And she is surrounded by women wearing the same shirt, clapping and shouting this song at her. If I was physically dragged into this situation, I would run screaming.
It's so cultish. I don't, like,
We went from one cult movie to another cult movie.
I don't know how sororities and fraternities work. I just see them in movies and TV shows, but nothing about it makes sense to me. It sounds like hell on earth. It sounds like my nightmare. I don't understand why you would subject yourself to it. And they've all got weird names like Alpha Kappa apostrophe.
This is Kappa Kappa Sigma? No. Zeta.
Zeta?
Yeah.
KKZ.
Yeah, I was like, that's a risque one.
I know.
To do in the southern states. Miley Cyrus somehow gets out of this situation, then she bumps into the queen bee, Sasha, who apparently, she used to model in Croatia. Croatia being the new fashion capital of the world. Paris in 1947, I think. And I was just like, no. I did wonder whether these people looked at a map of Europe and they were like, hey, we don't really hear much about Georgia and Croatia, so let's just mention these two cities. Let's just mention these two countries.
Yeah, they probably did think they were cities, to be fair.
This is actually dumb bitch juice.
This is also dumb bitch juice. My next note is waka waka what now?
You were just dragged into a room full of women chanting at you aggressively. You just experienced how horrifying that was, and your immediate reaction upon seeing this girl is to aggressively chant at.
Speaking their language. She's assimilating.
That's how you speak, sorority girl, apparently.
That's how sorority girls work. They don't understand you if you don't chant what you're saying at them.
Miley Cyrus pretends to have gone to the same summer camp as Alex. So this is like the only name I could remember, because it's yours. But,
also the only name I could remember. Because it's my name.
Miley Cyrus is then led to her room, where she starts unpacking, and did you notice that the light in her closet is just like stripper joint red?
I didn't, but I believe it. I was too busy freaking out because she's got her like box of super spy tools wide open, right in in full view of the door.
Yeah.
So anyone that walks in can just.
And somebody does walk in, and it's Kelly
But
Osbourne.
fortunately doesn't.
Pre-cancellation. Her name is Becky Slopsky, and she introduces herself. She's an accounting major. And then she's like, I know what you're thinking. My mother was a legacy, so they had to accept me. And I was just like, literally no one was thinking
What that means.
She asks, so how did you get it? And she's just like, oh, the FBI. It's like,
You're funny.
You're funny, but you can't just say that the FBI sent you somewhere when you're undercover, even as a
But
joke.
I think you can. I think it's like, I kind of respect that. I feel like it's one of those things that people will be like, ha, yeah, right.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think you should be doing that.
Probably not. But I probably would.
My next notes is like, oh, she's terrible at this.
Yeah, she...
Another miscongeniality moment. They're getting ready and they're discussing the things that they want the most in the world. One of them wants to be on a reality show.
A quality reality show.
A quality reality show. The other one wants like a rich husband or something. They both want...
a pearl white sedan?
A pearl white Lexus, I think.
Lexus? I don't know.
I don't remember.
Some kind of pearl white car, anyway.
It's a pearl white expensive car. And then they're like, oh, what would you like? And then she starts listing, I'm assuming they're guns.
I think so.
Everyone obviously stares at her and she's just like, and a pearl white Lexus. Which is just like, Miss Congeniality did it better. And world peace.
World peace.
Oh, no, sorry, it's a pearl white Bentley. I did write it.
Bentley, that's the one.
Yeah. We're also introduced to the concept of there is a kleptomaniac roaming these halls because somebody stole neck massager.
Massager again. Who is the target audience for this movie?
I also had to comment that somebody stole my lip gloss. And then it's like, sweetie, it's in your hand. And then there's this awkward laughter of everyone at the same time. And it was so cringe. Like, first of all, the exchange is awful and cringe and justice for Cotton. But the awkward laughter just made it so much worse.
Yeah, the way that Cotton was portrayed really pissed me off because it's like, oh, haha, look at the stupid girl.
Look at the dumb blonde.
Look at the dumb blonde. It's like, come on, can we leave that behind, please? Did we learn nothing from Legally Blonde?
Literally exists. Elle Woods put all of those rumors to rest single-handedly. Stop. Also, when Miley Cyrus came in, she had like these teddy bears that turned out to be cameras. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about the FBI installing cameras.
The old man agent's like, sorority girl.
I did not appreciate this. I also wrote, like, how big is this house?
But they always look huge.
Yeah, and then it's just, there are like 1 billion girls staying in this house. How many rooms are there? Especially because the rooms seem huge. This is a TARDIS of a house. Then we have the welcoming evening party kind of thing where everyone is dressed in white. So
fucking cult shit. With the candles. They're all just standing there in white with candles. Like, this is literally Midsummer.
Right.
We've seen this movie.
I think I've seen this one
We know
before.
what happens.
And it happens here too.
Oh, it does.
She does set the house on fire. But also, can we talk about this speech? Because Sasha's like, it was a summer of change and big developments. And then we pan onto this one girl who clearly got a nose job. And this other girl, well, Kelly Osbourne is just like eyeing her boobs, so we're assuming that she got them changed. And it's like, hey, can we not shame women for getting plastic surgery if it's what they want?
Right. Good for her. I hope she's happy.
Is he unpacking a Werther's original? A summer of making new friends. And this one girl is pregnant, ready to pop. Like, this baby was not conceived this summer. And then, in the same breath, she's like, oh, and we have to beat the easy alpha girls in whatever competition they have. And I'm like, hello?
This whole scene made me very uncomfortable.
It really did. I also noted, shouldn't they all be sounding like Will LaMontagne Jr., though?
Right, none of them sound like they're from New Orleans, and honestly,
except for Cotton. I mean, she has a very southern accent. I don't know where southern, but it's very southern.
There weren't enough funny accents in this movie. I think I have the kind of ADHD that loves a silly accent, because I just like to sit there repeating
but all we
what
had
they
was
say.
Cotton and Kelly Osbourne, who was
Kelly Osbourne almost sounds like me, so that's no fun.
Then they start singing To which I wrote, this is a cult. And then Brooke suspects that there is a gunman in
Ominous shadow.
an ominous shadow. So in an effort to save Alex, she sets fire to the place.
She flings her candle down right next to the curtains and then properly body slams Alex. And everyone's like, what the fuck did you just do? And then they realize that it's just the fraternity boys. And then they turn around and Cotton's like, oh, pretty little fire.
This is where I wrote, Cotton was dropped on her head as a child. Like,
I just hate it when women are just portrayed as dumb and that's their whole personality for the sake of comedy in a movie. It just pisses me off.
I just noticed that we forgot to mention there's this scene before where we are introduced to Motorcycle Guy.
Oh yes, Motorcycle Guy. How could we forget?
Again, Miley Cyrus being a cool girl, not like other girls, she goes up to him and she's like, oh, is that a Triumph? And then she starts like spitting stats and stuff and he's like, wow, how do you know that? And she's just like, I guess I don't. Walks off.
Does it not literally say on the bike
Right.
what it is? Like, I know that not all of them do, but I feel like I've seen enough motorcycles with, like, I was gonna say the publisher. I'm like, no, that's not the word we use for motorcycles.
They have a name tag.
They're labeled.
I unfortunately know nothing about bikes because I'm a girly girl who's only ever looked at a hairbrush.
I want to get a Honda Fireblade. Is it the really, really fast one so that when I'm 60 and I can't keep up with capitalism anymore, I can just fling myself into a valley. I think it would be a lovely
Just
way
like
to
Thelma
go.
and Louise it, but on a motorcycle. Can you get me like, oh my god, we should totally do that. Can you get me like one of those sidecars and I'll be in the sidecar?
Yes. Oh my god, yes! I'm gonna get my motorcycle license and I'll get a sidecar.
And then we will Thelma and Louise off into the Grand Canyon. I don't know. I haven't seen Thelma and Louise. We should
put it on the list.
After this disaster, Cotton says this super poetic thing as well. She's just like, you might as well have plucked this day out of the calendar and painted it black or something of the sort. And I was just like, damn, girl.
She has her moments. My girl. Oh, Cotton. I'd never get tired of that accent.
The next day, Miley Cyrus, she's on her mission. She's doing things. She's watching Alex go to class. And who is Alex's friend other than Motorcycle Guy?
Who else?
It's not like there's 7 billion people on this campus. And we are, of course, in a lesson on crime and RICO and the FBI and stuff. And, of course, Brooke, being the cool, edgy girl that she is, she knows all about it.
And feels the need to draw the attention of the whole class.
And the professor also totally agrees with her. When she's asked how she knows this, her response is, I'm so into crime, I want to throw up.
I'm like, so into crime, I can't, I love it.
I did, however, write same.
Can't fault that.
But then we leave class and we have this moment where Alex says hi to her ex-roommate, who is very clearly having an affair with a teacher. She ignores Alex and Alex is like, well, that's kind of rude. And Miley's like, oh, it's probably because she's having an affair with his doctor. We're literally watching this teenager get into an old man professor's car and they drive off. When Miley's like, they're having an affair, they're like, wow, how did you know that?
I have eyes.
We're back at the sorority house. She sees that Alex is leaving the house, so Miley Cyrus decides to break into her room really badly. She discovers dog toys and thongs, and then she's surprised by Taylor, who is retaining water weight, to which Miley Cyrus tells her just drink a lot of brandy. And then Taylor's like, oh wait, why are you even in our room? And she's like, oh, I'm borrowing thongs. You know how girls are. That's what we do.
Borrowing Alex's thong. Okay.
And then she walks out holding the bunch of thongs.
Like, not even just one.
Just like that.
Just like a bunch of them.
You do you, girlie. But then she gets called on the bat phone.
Which she just whips out.
For
everyone to see.
Yeah, she is summoned by Mr. FBI. So she has to ride, and she's in a red trench coat.
It's very subtle.
Nobody's ever noticed anyone wearing a red trench coat. That's how Carmen Sandiego gets away with everything. FBI guy informs her that Busy has been killed. To which I was just like, why would the mafia fucking bother?
I'd already forgotten who Busy was. To be honest, I was like, Busy? Is that one of the sorority sisters?
Well, when he showed the newspaper and the picture initially, I thought that was like the girl that left to have an affair with the professor.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Miley Cyrus is just informed that she might be in danger but the FBI isn't extracting her from the operation. No. So she just goes home, goes to bed, and then she gets woken up in the worst way possible. I wrote that I would also shoot anyone who woke me up that way.
I would. I was like, is that a gun? Are you sleeping with a gun? And then I remember she's from Texas, and I was like, okay, she sleeps with a gun. Well, she's also
a spy.
And she's a spy.
Cotton wakes her up by smashing 2 pans together and yelling, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Everyone is being woken this way, apparently, because we're having a pajama party at a frat boy thing. The point of the pajama party is to wake up and just go, so no one's showered or getting ready, but everyone is showering and getting ready, and like that's a very important detail that Kelly Osbourne had to tell us. I could have lived without it.
I'm still not really sure what role she really played in the movie.
No.
Just being there and being British.
I have the note, can we shoot Cameron?
Please.
Because he's hounding on Cotton for wearing something that makes her look cheap, but it's also something that he bought her. Well, he didn't buy, he signed the credit card. His dad's assistant picked it out.
Awful boy.
Miley Cyrus, who's just walking around, observing everyone, runs into Motorcycle Guy, who starts hitting on her and tries to ask her out, but this guy is just like grinding on her. And she tells him multiple times to stop. He doesn't. And then she
I feel like I'd have shot him
him
too if I was walking around with a gun in my pocket.
But she just elbows him and then just like whole ass mood. Honestly,
he deserved it.
This is why Sandra Bullock taught us to sing. While this is happening, they're having this conversation. Motorcycle Guy's inviting her to a jazz place in the French Quarter. Says like, it'll be fun. And Miley Cyrus is like, I'm not here for fun, and I hate the French. To which I wrote, mood.
I also was like, yes, I also hate the French. All of them. Especially you.
And then she runs away because that's what she does whenever she's around Motorcycle Guy. They have a quick exchange, and then she runs off because she's in love.
Is this where she says his balls are amazing, or is that later?
Not yet. No, now we just see Alex sidling up to Hot Professor, is what I've called him for now. Miley Cyrus is summoned again by FBI guy, and she's wearing another trench coat, a beige one this time.
How else do we know she's a detective?
Yes. Very Inspector Gadget of her. They're discussing the case, and FBI guy's like, oh, you have to get close to her friend, Motorcycle Guy. Which is why Miley Cyrus then accepts to go on a date with Motorcycle Guy. And I think this is absolutely the funniest line of the movie and the most brilliant one. I refuse to believe that the people who wrote the rest of the movie wrote this line. The guy's like, oh, I thought you didn't want to have fun and you hate the French. She replies, maybe they deserve a second chance. To which I wrote, we don't, in parentheses. And the guy replies, tell that to Algeria.
I also wrote that down because I was like, that's hilarious.
So she agrees to go on a date with him, and then she tells him, your balls are amazing.
He just goes, my balls?
You cannot tell me that the person who wrote tell that to Algeria is the same person who wrote your balls are amazing.
I died inside. A little piece of me died.
So they go on a date. I wrote, is this guy the mole? Because he's evading all her questions. But then he was also like, oh, I'm from Florida. And I was like, oh, I also wouldn't tell people I was from Florida.
That's also what I wrote. I was like, oh, I see. That's why you didn't want to tell her where you're from.
Miley starts telling him a little bit about herself, to which I wrote, drink for every movie with a dead parent trope.
I know.
At this point, we are literally 5 for 5.
No one has a personality unless at least one of their parents are dead.
Apparently the date goes great. They're talking, getting to know each other, and Miley Cyrus, she has doubts. She's telling this guy, people, they lie and cheat and they disappoint and stuff like that, and they let people down. And then the guy's like, oh, I'm not a liar. I present myself the way I am. And as far as I know, I don't let anyone down. To which I wrote, you're a man. You've already done 2 of these things in that sentence. Then they kiss. You're supposed to be undercover on a work assignment. Why are we kissing the boy?
Oh, this is gonna end.
She gets back to her room, and Taylor runs in screaming, holding a box of lobsters, and she just pulls out her gun. Girl, you have to stop pulling that gun out.
Like, no one really questions it.
Right?
Everyone's just like, yeah, she's got a gun.
I have so many questions because no one is questioning that she's pulling a gun on everyone. No one is questioning the fact that girls are running into each other's rooms screaming in the middle of the night.
I don't think I would feel safe living with someone who just pulls their gun on everyone.
Admittedly, I also wouldn't feel safe in a house where other people just barge into your room and start screaming.
No, I mean, I would also want to shoot them, but that's why I'm not allowed a gun.
We are informed that they have to sell these
lobster
plushies for whatever reason. And we are also informed that Miley has turned Taylor into an alcoholic.
I've been drinking so much brandy and I've lost so much weight.
What a sorority this is. The next scene, we are taken to this pep rally type thing where they are selling these plushies. And I wrote Justice for Cotton because they are looking for ways to best sell the plushies. And Cotton is like, oh, we can give them a can of my homemade mace. And Sasha's like, ew, no. In this day and age, if you gave women, like, buy this plushie, you get a can of mace, those plushies would be gone. Justice for Cotton and give us mace, please. Yes, Cotton is a chemistry major.
Surprised.
Everyone is surprised about that, and Miley Cyrus asks her about it, and Cotton's like, yeah, I want to be a perfumer. And then Miley's like, oh. Let the girl make perfume if she wants to.
Justice for Cotton!
Justice for Cotton.
The only likable character in this whole fucking movie.
Yeah, but she's on the fence.
She's on the fence for the waking up stunt.
Yeah.
We cut to Miley Cyrus in a lobster costume!
Yelling, buy a doll, play with balls. Which has got to be the worst slogan. Like, and clearly the girls are very unsuccessful at selling these lobster dolls because nobody wants to kiss Kelly Osbourne and nobody wants to play with balls.
And the other sluts at the other slutty
The
sorority.
easy alpha sorority.
Who've got a slutty car wash going, which is far more entertaining.
They do. Obviously, everyone runs over to witness that. You know, the easy alphas, who, as far as I can tell, none of them are pregnant. I really didn't appreciate the slut shaming.
No.
Oh, you just love 2010's misogyny. Miley Cyrus can save the day.
Giant, unsubtle camera with the massive telephoto lens that she has no idea how to use.
One of the easy alpha girls is actually Summer, I think her name might have been, the girl who was having an affair with a professor. So Miley Cyrus then goes in the middle of the campus with her massive ass camera and somehow manages to get a picture of the professor and Summer making out
Against a tree.
against
broad
the tree.
daylight.
In broad daylight, surrounded by so many people. Again, there's like, you can see so many people walking past her. It's amazing she even got shots. And yes, she's there with her massive ass camera and just like, how is nobody noticing this?
Everyone's fine with this person.
Miley Cyrus then uses these photos to blackmail the doctor into buying all the dolls.
Which is hilarious. I mean, I kind of love it.
It's illegal, but it's hilarious.
It's definitely illegal, but it's very funny. And then she hands him the box, and it's like, the negatives are in the box. And I'm like, wasn't that a digital camera? Hang on a minute. What negatives?
We've already established that these people don't know shit about anything. Except for
They don't
maybe
know.
the Algerian War. Maybe.
That's what they know about.
Sasha, the queen bee, is very upset at Miley for somehow having managed to sell all the dolls. And it's just like, isn't that what you wanted? Sasha goes up to Miley and she's like, I know we've gotten off to a rocky start. I was like, we have?
Yeah.
We saw you give Miley a couple side eyes, but otherwise we haven't really seen anything. We haven't seen any interaction between the two of you for like the past half hour.
No, other than her nearly burning the whole place down, but
Yeah.
we thought that was forgiven.
So she then gifts Miley Cyrus a bracelet that used to belong in her family or whatever, and it just says like green earth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something like-
I'd like you to wear my bracelet.
She puts it on, and I'm just like, take it off, take it off.
I was like, oh, it's gotta be like a secret tracking device or something.
That's
and then
also what I
5
thought.
seconds later, I was so disappointed.
Because we're kind of set up to think that maybe Sasha's the mole, and I was just like, is there a tracker in that thing? Is it a bomb?
Something
Yeah.
interesting? No.
Actually-
She's just a bitch.
Later find out, and by later I mean literally 30 seconds
5
later, find
seconds
out
later.
that it is actually Cotton's bracelet, and it used to belong to her mother, because her mother's name is Green Earth, because she is from a Native American tribe. I don't remember which one. And Sasha pretends that, no, she didn't give Miley the necklace.
Bracelet.
The bracelet, yes. Miley must be a klepto, and she leads the entire group of sorority girls to Miley's bedroom and just unveils a
Other
basket
people's...
of people's stuff that Miley just leaves at the end of her
Including the
bed,
neck
apparently.
massager.
Including the neck massager. Sasha then goes for a run. Miley breaks into her room because she's not a klepto, but she do be breaking
She's
and
a
entering.
super spy.
And she
It's not
steals the yearbook.
kleptomania if you steal for the FBI.
That's true. She finds Sasha's yearbook. First of all, I don't know why Sasha
Who's
would
bringing
bring
their old fucking yearbooks to
Especially
college?
if it has a picture of you with your true identity, because it turns out Sasha is not who she says she is. She's actually some Susan or something like that,
Susan?
and Susie, yeah.
Susie-
Her backstory was that
Some
she was
fucking
fat
nerd.
and worked at Taco Bell, and she wanted to reinvent herself.
Which is fair.
Which is fair, but also I don't really see why we needed to mention that she was fat and working at Taco Bell. I also find it really funny that Sasha comes back from her run and Miley Cyrus is just sitting there with and we are too forgiving with this girl and just parading around with her gun.
Why is everyone so okay with her just waving a gun around all the time?
Maybe we're just European prudes. And then there's this other part that I really don't like where Miley's like, oh, we have to address kleptomania as an illness. I know it's all about bulimia in this house. And I'm just like, eating disorders are not a joke.
No.
Please stop using eating disorders as comic relief.
It's not funny.
It's
really not funny.
It is not funny. They have this awful mock trial where they are sentencing Miley Cyrus to death for her hatred of eating disorders. And it is revealed that Sasha is the kleptomaniac. First come the shocked gasps, then the crying, and then the clapping. 5 minutes ago, y'all were ready to crucify Miley Cyrus for stealing your stuff, but now that it's revealed that Sasha is a kleptomaniac, everyone's just like, oh my god, you're so brave.
Stonebridge, that was the name. I've written Fingers Stonebridge because they nicknamed her Fingers.
I was like, that's not what okay.
They didn't quite go that far. They nicknamed her Fingers Stonebridge when everyone hated her for being a klepto.
Which is a really bad nickname, to be honest, for a klepto.
I think it makes perfect sense. Sticky finger.
Then Alex runs off in a mysterious huff. Miley tails her.
In her bright red car.
Yes.
Very subtle.
So subtle. And we are led to a boathouse with an alligator that thinks it's a dog.
Adorable.
Yes. I was like, there is no way that Hot Professor is making boathouse and alligator money on a professor's stipend.
No.
There's no way.
No way.
The scene really pissed me off because Miley Cyrus tails Alex, right? She follows her all the way to this house, and then we see Alex and Hot Professor leaning on a railing, and then don't see anything else. And it's like, sorry, you made it all this way, and you're not taking pictures? This is like the one place where taking pictures would make sense.
Mm-hmm. You're not curious? Like, you're not...
You leave? She's a terrible spy.
She is. She's fucking terrible at her job.
She dons her trench coat again, and she meets up with FBI guy. Or he finds her, I don't quite remember.
She's, like, spying on Hot Professor at the cafe or something, and then FBI guy shows up in the least subtle pair of sunglasses I've ever seen, and goes, like jerks his head at her, like, follow me!
He hands her an FBI file.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, I get that she's working for the FBI, allegedly. But she's still a civilian.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we handing civilians confidential files? And then he leaves, and he leaves it with her. Are no red flags lighting up? Like, girl.
She's just too upset because the contents of the file.
Right, it is that motorcycle guy's not who he says he is. Surprise, surprise, a man has lied.
Patrick.
His name is Patrick. I would also lie if my name was Patrick. I'm just kidding. Justice for Patricks.
Especially Patrick Star.
When she brings up the fact that Alex was at Hot Professor's house, he's just like, she's obviously sleeping with him. And it's like, we're just glossing over that.
We're fine with that, aren't we?
We're
like, okay.
Okay.
Good.
Then there is a party at the Kappa house. I found this party really weird because there's girls singing on the steps. There's people around. Miley Cyrus is also in the crowd of the people around. Nicholas arrives on his motorcycle and he just kind of walks up and up past the girls who are singing on the steps and like into the house, it looks like. And I'm just like, we're not stopping it? This is weird.
Very.
Miley is looking for him. In the meantime, she spots Cameron making out with another woman. She snaps a pic, sends it to Cotton. Alex is rushing off somewhere. And then a mysterious car follows her. Miley, in the meantime, she wants to go, but she's confronted by Nicholas / Patrick, motorcycle guy. And she's mad at him because he's been lying to her. But she needs his motorcycle, so what does she do? She asks him whether he wants to sex it up. And then she takes him to a room and handcuffs him to a radiator.
Like you do. And he's so confused.
I was like, girl, you are wasting time. Just grab his keys and get out of there. So first she handcuffs him, then she confronts him, tells him he's a liar. And then she just fucking decks him.
This whole time, he's like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Yeah. I don't think we should do the whole girl. And then he gets punched. And then she steals from him.
Knocked out. Fully knocked out. She steals his keys and his bike and drives back to Hot Professor's house.
In the least appropriate outfit for riding a motorcycle. Like,
yeah.
If she falls off that bike, she's gonna be in a fucking state. And it's gonna be terrible.
Well, she would never fall off that bike because
Put on
she's
some trousers.
edgy,
At the
cool
very
girl.
least.
We're back at the boathouse. It's silent. It's dark. We sneak in. Very debatable. I'm like, you are not an FBI agent.
More
You're
breaking
a PI.
and entering. Just
More
like
breaking
you
and
do,
entering.
casual.
Should we maybe not wait for backup? She distracts the alligator dog by feeding it crisps, which I don't know much
That'd
about an
work on me.
alligator's diet, but I'm not sure that that's
No,
the
I
way to
want some
go.
crisps.
Then I wrote, was this guy even an FBI or is he the villain trying to get to Alex? Dun dun dun!
Dun dun dun!
Plot twist. It was! She's exploring the house, and Hot Professor has an FBI file on her, and also just leaves his computer unlocked, and it just says Federal Bureau of Investigation on it, because that's how...
Amber, is that you?
Then, a guy in a balaclava sneaks up on it.
That's how we know he's the villain.
In the most cartoonishly villain way. He's like...
Which is exactly what I would do. If I was a villain, I would wear a balaclava and I would do exactly that, because I grew up watching Scooby-Doo and I don't know how else to be a villain.
They fight. Turns out, Miss Ma'am was flexing on her jujitsu skills before. Girl, you've been lying to us. Apparently Aikido does work. Balaclava guy steals her gun and runs off. Miley's like, why didn't he kill me? Then she runs out, sees that Professor has been shot.
They have a moment of him being like, you're not the bad guy, and her being like, no, of course not. You're an FBI agent! And then she calls him an ambulance.
She does. And then rather than, using her brain and doing anything like maybe calling the real FBI, she goes and confronts the guy.
Like you do.
Like you do. We find out that they're looking for accounting ledgers, which Alex has. We find out that it was a ploy all along. He is not the FBI. He is working for the mafia guy. They've actually just been setting her up to take the fall once they kill Alex, I'm guessing. Miley Cyrus just walks off after that. She's like, oh, okay, cool. Comes home to the FBI. Sasses the FBI. The real FBI. I was like, are we sure we want to sass the FBI?
Should we be doing?
Miley and the FBI work out a plan. They're going to give Kelly Osbourne's accounting ledgers as a decoy to fake FBI guy to trick him and then to get Alex back because Alex has also been kidnapped. That is something that's somehow slightly glossed over. It's like
in the scene before where she meets up with him and they have the whole moment of like, you lied to me. And then she's like, okay, fine, I want to make a difference. Like you said I could. Give me Alex and I'll give you the ledger.
Then the FBI sets up the worst sting operation I've ever seen.
Just leaning out the window with their FBI hats and their badges out and their walkie-talkies like, it's me, is this the FBI?
One of the agents hands her essay that FBI agent Hot Professor was grading. She gets an A+, and also the FBI agent is just like, don't tell anyone, but I totally agree with you. It's like, you're telling me this guy had time to read a college essay?
This is the point, actually, where I had the thought a few seconds before he shows up of like, what happens to the guy that she chained to the radiator?
There's also that.
But fortunately, we don't have to wait too long to find out because he shows up.
Wait. Because first, I'm assuming that Kelly Osbourne walked in and set him free. Miley gives him the fake ledgers. He knows they're fake, obviously. And then he's like, okay, take me to the real ledgers. She's like, okay, I'll take you. And then she takes him to sorority house. And we find out that they've been double-crossing the double-crossers because the dad is there in his, PI sting operation van. She sneaks like a little earpiece into her ear and hides it with her hair as they get into the car, and then they drive to the sorority house. Yes, so they arrive, they get out of the car. Alex is in the car. She's locked in the car. She is threatened to get blown up. They arrive, and all the sorority sisters, who the entire time have been wearing the same Kappa Kappa Zeta pink shirt with the green lettering, they have this awkward moment of bumping into the Kappa Kappa girls. That's when Cotton is also like, you wanted to know where these books were. They're in the chapter room. And then motorcycle guy arrives on his motorcycle and he's just like, Brooke, we have to talk. You chained me to a radiator. Honestly, if I was in this guy's situation and somebody chained me to a radiator, knocked me out, and then just kind of left, I would be staying as far away from that psycho as possible. The police would be there. But he's like, I need to know why you did that. And it's like, because she is insane.
I don't know. I guess it must be like the fake FBI guy that calls him Bonus Jonas.
A little bit later, because first, motorcycle guy follows them into the house. Fake FBI guy's like, where's the chapter room? Motorcycle guy's like, it's in there. And it's like, Why do you know where the chapter room is? Boys aren't allowed in the chapter room. That's what we learned, like, day one. They go in. Now we have 2 men in the chapter room. Miley Cyrus sprays him with Cotton's homemade mace. Nothing happens. And yes, fake FBI guy turns to motorcycle guy, calls him the bonus Jonas. Why is Frankie catching strays? Also, ironically, the fake FBI guy looks more like a Jonas brother than motorcycle guy.
I see it. Who is the real bonus Jonas in this movie?
Maybe the bonus Jonas was the friends we made along the way. Anyway, they have a fight in the chapter room. Fake FBI guy takes Miley outside and he points to the car and he's like, do you see this phone? You know what model phone this is, and it's just like a shitty Motorola or something.
We supposed to understand? Because I was like, why would she know that? Why would I know that? What?
She gives him the gun back so that he doesn't blow the car up.
Mm-hmm.
But surprise, surprise, the criminal doesn't keep his word. What? This man who's been lying for you the entire movie keeps lying? He blows the car up.
Boom.
Boom goes the car. And then I wrote, hope the Kappa girlies got Alex out in time. Because, I mean, I'm assuming that was the plan. And then, yay, all is good because Klepto Sasha took the keys and saved the day. That is also when Cotton's mace starts taking effect.
Give him.
I was like, Jesus, what's in that maze? This man's tripping balls. Tripping a maze ball, sorry. And then Alex is safe. Hooray. And Miley's like, give us the ledgers, we'll give them to the FBI. And plot twist, the ledgers were in the ugly necklace all along.
Very tenderly reaches out and gently takes the SD card, because we have SD cards in 2012.
That is true.
The age of digital photography and SD cards. I'm still mad about it. And it really for a second looked like they were about to kiss. And I'm like, oh my god, please kiss.
Lesbians would have made this movie so much better.
They should have hooked up. They should be together forever.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed that motorcycle guy turned out to just be some guy.
This is all resolved like far too quickly. Like the FBI is just like, congratulations, thank you for helping us and doing our job that we couldn't do.
Would you like to join the FBI?
Yeah, and then she's like, actually, I think I'm gonna stay here and study. And it's like, girl, who's paying your tuition?
The FBI. She gets back gambling daddy's job for him because the FBI are magic.
2 months later, Miley Cyrus is still a student. She is still taking pictures on campus. This time she's actually checking out Cotton's new boyfriend. He is apparently not as bad as Cameron so far. The resolution of this movie is just that motorcycle guy has forgiven her for assaulting him and they're dating. And that's it.
That's it. At the end.
We have no resolution on what happened to like Alex and the case with her dad, what happened with the ledgers, just Miley Cyrus and motorcycle guy making out on campus.
That's all we really needed to know. I mean, who cares about the details? Crime!
That just makes Miley Cyrus throw up. And then we have, of course, blooper reel credits.
Another blooper reel credits. I hate it. I'm glad we left that in the past as well.
What is our popcorn rating?
I'm like rage eating my popcorn, angrily stuffing it in my face so that I keep the snark in my head.
It's definitely a throwing popcorn kind of movie, to be honest.
It's fucking stupid. I don't know why they made this movie. I feel like several people were given too much input and no one could agree on what they were doing.
Yes, please do.
We'll start with the good ones because honestly, I don't know what these people are smoking. Are
there any?
They're all on Cotton's Mace. 5 out of 5 stars from 2016. This movie I've seen in my entire life. Okay, it's in all caps.
The only other movie they'd ever seen was Family Stone.
Probably. I thought this was a really great film. You even get to see more of Miley Cyrus's amazing talent in acting. I thought she really played her character great, and I have non-stop watched this film.
Legend says they are still watching this film non-stop.
There's a bunch of people that seem to really like this movie, but there are admittedly far more that absolutely hated it. It's the trailer trash version of Miss Congeniality. I lost brain cells watching this. Miley Cyrus is not a good actress. It was horrible. The worst detective ever. I don't know what's worse, the awfully written story, the mediocre acting, or the fact that I just lost an hour and a half of my life. Disgusting. Want to miss Congeniality, but not really, and hope that it's terrible? This is your movie.
That's what I've been saying.
That's literally the movie.
It is.
Didn't like it much. Well, Miley Cyrus isn't terrible. The cliche-ridden script absolutely is.
The misogynistic and shaming cliches of women were really bad.
Yeah. Clearly written by someone who's never gone to college, much less talked to a college student. A pathetic attempt at something passing off as an action and adventure comedy. There's no laughs, the action is groan-worthy, but worst of all is how terribly the convoluted plot and characters are ever attempted to come together. I hope the screenwriter actually wrote a really dark comedy akin to Heathers and Open Road Films turned it into a Miley Cyrus teen comedy vehicle. Please don't let someone have actually written this ever thinking it was good.
I really don't know what they were going for in this movie. All of it were recycled tropes. Like everyone's been saying, it's just a bad miscongeniality. We're taking sorority sisters, like, okay, so we're also shitting on Legally Blonde.
This is the last one I'm gonna read. It's half a star. So Underpants, full of shit. Oops, I did watch this a second time. That says enough how bad it is that I did forget it. MC, just no actress.
So Underpants full of shit.
And that's where I'm gonna leave that. The people have spoken.
Oh my god, the people have indeed spoken. Can't say I disagree.
That's the
That's
verdict.
it.
So Underpants, full of shit.
She's like picking a couple up and then putting them back down. She's making a choice. Thank you. Do you wanna? Are you sure about that one? I wanted to use. Okay. Well, she's literally handed it to me. I wish I could have shown the camera, but she wouldn't take it back. We are watching A Bug's Life.
Oh my god, amazing! Oh my god, I love A Bug's Life.
Did you take another one? She's trying to run off with another one. Thank you, Miss Loons.
What a good girl. She's so good.
Thank you for joining us in this recap of So
Please don't watch
Undercover.
this movie.
Or do. It's
Or
a
do.
free country. Maybe.
Leave a Rotten Tomatoes review.
Tell
Make it a
them we
good
sent
one.
you.
Tell them we sent you. Alright.
Thank you. Bye.